Americans are 25 times more likely to be shot than their counterparts in other wealthy, so-called advanced countries. And with less than half the population of those 24 other countries combined, 82% of all gun deaths take place here. The difference is so large, so striking, so disproportionate to what goes on elsewhere that one must ask why. Why is America so different? And what makes us the most violent country in the Western world?
So this of course is the ubiquitous, powerful knotted piece. Let's see how engaged we can be with this to put our own understanding of what this means to me.
I thought of the word safe. I just literally imagined the person backing up and the gun just nodding itself.
It's crazy how this was made in 1988.
It is. I love how
It's 2023 and we're still dealing with these issues. It's really ridiculous.
I would say the issues got worse. But
my vision is, so at the end where you hold it, it's like gonna be like destruction, because that's what the gun brings on, and then with the knot, you know, it's gonna be like all moldy with moss and stuff, but it's regrowing into a beautiful flower.
So my name is Manuel Oliver, and I am Joaquin Oliver's dad. We lost our beautiful son Joaquin a little more than 5 years ago in a shooting inside a school.
We being in this fight since day one, so we are in this fight really together, very united.
The question is, why is it not everyone doing something? And that's what we need to fight for.
Hello, I'm Joaquin Oliver. 6 years ago, I was a senior at Parkland. Many students and teachers were murdered on Valentine's Day that year by a person using an AR-15, but you don't care. You never did.
Bear with me, as what I wrote comes from the heart. 2 weeks ago, I experienced the darkest event of my life with absolute insensibility for human life. I grew up in Costa Rica and finished high school in the US, and I am so grateful to God that I didn't grow up in such a culture. I've seen this country change.
On February 13th, I went out on a walk. It was a beautiful sunset, and then I got the email to run, hide, and fight. And there were moments where I questioned whether I was gonna survive that night.
We have lost too much. It's only getting worse. It won't get better unless we start change, and that starts with you.
Today we're taking common sense gun action to reduce violence and save lives. Soon I'm going to be signing legislation to establish universal background checks for all gun sales in Michigan and require safe storage of guns and ammunition.
Hopeful for today to see the extreme risk protection orders get passed. We should celebrate, but then it's time to keep moving and to keep pushing gun sense.
What would a good society look like for you?
A non-violent one, preferably.
I want to create a world where people have as much freedom as possible to own whatever they want and do whatever they want, but ultimately where that doesn't infringe upon my freedom to make sure that I get to drive my sister home from high school.
We need to turn our grief into laws and our mourning into more organizing.
I know if this bill is passed, we can continue to give them the voice they deserve.
I'm calling today because with your help to speak up for future immediate bills to disarm domestic users in our state, you can help your community right now.
Our legislators are public service. They act like they're celebrities. We are in the position of change.
When we talk about shootings in this country, we invariably fix our thoughts on the dead, but seldom do we discuss the victims whose bodies were never touched by gunfire, but who go on suffering from the inner wounds of loss.
When you lose a son, what do you do? What do I do when I lose my son?
I'm undergoing therapy. Growing up in Costa Rica, I never saw weapons when I never was exposed to this. I don't think that much time goes by without me remembering the fact that it did happen.
We have done little or nothing to fix the problem. It's not that we lack the intelligence or the wherewithal to relieve this threat to the safety and well-being of society, but for complex historical reasons, We have lacked the will to do so.
I would be a coward if I let you look at me as I relive the feelings and the fear of February 13th and I didn't ask for change. The deadline is today. Don't wait for another tragedy to make change.